Thanks for being here, guys. So today we have Jessica and Brady Samus with ERA Advantage Realty in Port Charlotte. So have a couple questions for you guys. One of the questions that I really wanted to ask was, how do you determine the right price when listing a property? That's kind of big on everyone's mind right now.
I think one of the biggest things is just knowing the market, being in the business, looking at the market and how it's changing, because it's always changing. Sometimes it's changing for the better, sometimes it's changing for the worse. So it's just knowing the market, being in the field and actually doing the job. But there's also a lot of other things that go into it. So typically the way we like to do it is we'll set up an appointment with the customer. We'll go and look at their house. We just want a tour of it because we want to kind of see what type of upgrades they have, what types of features they have. Typically before we go into one of those meetings, we actually have one this afternoon that we're going to. We'll do some background research. How big is the house? How many bedrooms, bathrooms, pool? Is it on the waterfront? Does the water go to the Gulf of Mexico? Those types of things. So we have a general idea on what we're walking into, and we can kind of get like a pretty broad range before we even get to the house. After we get to the house, we can see, what type of upgrades they have or maybe don't have, and different features that they have, different things that they like about the house, and then we can come back to our computer and we can kind of go back through those comps and things and narrow the price down to where it really is going to be the best place that we think that they're going to sell their house at. We'll usually give someone, depending on the price range, a $10,000 or $20,000 range that we think that the house might sell in. And then based on the market, we try to put it at a price that's going to get a lot of attention, a lot of traffic, and hopefully sell it at top dollar. Because the main goal is to get the customer, as much money you can as quick as possible. That's typically most people's goal when they come to sell the house.
Brady and I work together as a team.
Yep.
So we have, two sets of eyes on the property. And what we like to bring to the table are the facts as well. So what has sold in this criteria? So we'll look at the, the
look
year
at
it's
comps
built.
and
The year it's built, square footage, the area, and compare. And we'll usually go back maybe 180 days at the most and see what has actually sold that's very similar. And as Brady said, taking a look at the house to actually see, what it actually looks like, because just from getting the information, we have no idea until we step foot in the house.
Yep.
So we can actually see, how well it's been taken care of, and like you said, upgrades and things like that. And then it's easier to go back and really dial in a price. And it's so important to just price it competitively in the market, and then it's easier for the seller to really meet their goals.
Yeah, without a doubt, because probably the last thing you want to do is to misprice and have it sit there on the market, not move. Then you have to reduce the price, and that's going to show on Zillow and everywhere else that the price has been reduced. So it's going to make it that much harder to move.
Yes, and you're not going to get the best price because people see that it's a stale listing and it's been sitting there, so they have their questions. Why has this been on the market for so long? And it's just because probably the price was not where it should be. So
okay, excellent.